Hey guys, my speech today is general maintenance on a Mack truck. This truck was just serviced 2 days ago though, because my dad has a job coming up tomorrow. So everything's basically already done, but I'm going to show you what we do in the middle of the week and sometimes on the weekends if the trucks run a lot to make sure everything's up to par. Because if you break down, time lost is money lost. So I'm just going to give you the basics going around the truck. Now the first thing we do, like we do in the car, is check all the We're going to check the oil. The dipstick is a little bit longer than it is in the car. But you take it out, you wipe it off, because you probably dull it. Put it back in, and you look at it. And it's on the full mark, so you don't need to add anything to it. But if it was low and on the add mark, you'd add a gallon to it. Next, we're going to check the power steering. It's right here. You're going to do it like you did the oil. You're just going to wipe it off, put it back in, and like on the oil stick, it's on a full mark right here too, so you're good to go. Check is the radiator antifreeze. So we're going to come up here and get that because it's on the main part. You get up here, you take the cap off, you shake it, and if you can see it down in there, it ain't low. So you put the cap. Then you go around and check your framework while you're at it, Make sure all the springs are still, leaves are cracked or broken. And you go around and check your come up here and do the same thing. Now, this is the steering shaft. You can turn it and make sure the U-joints are okay and they're still working. You can see the grease on this one. So, you can check down here, make sure everything's working. Spring's okay, nothing's broken. Do the same thing for up here. This is the spring. You make sure there's no cracks. And if there was, you'd have to take a day off work probably and weld them all back up. So everything's okay here. Another thing we do is check the tires. Hammer. But we usually check them about every 2 or 3 weeks with the tire gauge. And I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. But we're going to check the tires. Now, if they make a really low stud noise, you know they're flat. They're low. Each tire should have about 120 pounds in each one of them. So this is how we check the tires when we're just going over the truck. It's not okay. Now while you're doing this, you got to check the wedges. There's 6 of them. And you got to make sure each one has one on there. They're all good. None of them are broken. You do this for each one of the tires. You go around, check everything out on the truck. Make sure it's leaking, everything like that. Come around here, check it all again. Wedges, studs, and nuts. Every one of them are there. Everything's okay. And you check your tires. And these are called leads. Every section in the spring is called a lead. Now none of these are broken. So everything. And you just check your framework on this side too. Now this is the tire gauge. It would be about right here when you fill them up. There's 20 pounds. Just like your car. Bigger truck. Go around and make sure everything's okay on this side, everything's working. Another thing we do is check the lights on the bed, headlights, and tail lamps. You might not be able to tell because it's up in the air right now, but each one of the lights should work. If one of the lights ain't working, you have to fix it because that's a safety hazard. Because people have to see you on the road at dark. They're a big truck. They go slow up hills. People need to know they're there. If you're flying like a bat out of hell up a hill and you don't see no lights, there's going to be a problem. Now another thing we do is grease the truck. But it was already greased 2 days ago, so I'm just going to show you what it's like to grease the boxes. There's one transmission box and 2 rear end boxes. And I'm just going to do the first one today, and it's like the same thing for each one of these. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get underneath here, and I'm going to undo the plug in here. I'm going to stick my finger in it, kind of curl it over. And if the grease comes up to your first joint in your grease, it's not low. But if it doesn't touch your face, grease to it with this. This is the grease bucket. You put this in the hole of the box. And then this is what you pump it in with. This is 85-140. The grease that you put in the box. So when you get done pumping it, your mom will get it in here right real quick. So let's check the box. And it's covered my finger and I barely put it in there. And it's dripping out right now. So you're good to go. These are your backup lights. You gotta make sure they're all clean and you can see them, everything they're working. We just tried them about 10 minutes ago. The mud flaps are okay and they're clean. And another thing you need to do is wash your truck. Once a week, probably about once a week. Make sure it's clean, there's no dirt, like mud, heavy on it. Because if you track it on the road, that's a ticket and another safety hazard. But that's about it, guys. That's general maintenance on a Mack truck that we do in my dad's garage. Hope you enjoyed my speech, and if you're working on a truck, at least you know what to do now. Over and out.